Great. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Quantum Magic TV. I am so pumped because today I have an amazing man that is very talented and has done incredible things in the industry of dance and entertainment and everything on camera and amazing and live and shows. So, welcoming Kanec. Oh my God, my boy, you have danced for Justin Bieber, for Missy Elliot, for Usher, Hairspray, Step Up. Please take it away even more, I'm sure.
I got to do the remake of Fame. That was a really great one. Dance for the Jonas Brothers. That's always really fun. I even got to do a Super Bowl with Missy Elliot and Katy Perry. So that's like,
oh my gosh. So I'm so excited to talk to you because I haven't really gotten to ask you about your journey and how dance came about for you and how it all kind of folded and formed into what it is for you today. So if you want to take us back to the early days, let's do it.
It all started in 1984. When I was born, I came out with shades. I said, "Doctor, pass me a towel. I'm ready to dance." And then what happened was at 4 years old, my mom worked in a dance school. She's a teacher. And me just running around, one of her coworkers put me in a tap class. It was me and 22 girls, and I never left.
I love it. You're like, this is my place.
Yeah, I grew up in a dance school, and from there, I took on more styles, more and more. Ballet, tap, jazz, gymnastics. My mother was my jazz and gymnastics teacher, so that was pretty cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I just started falling into the world of growing up in the studio, family, discipline, fun, did that. And then from the Bronx, where I was born, then going into Manhattan to dance, I then danced at School of American Ballet with the Lincoln Center, New York City Ballet. I grew up doing an opera called Aida with the Metropolitan Opera. So that was pretty amazing.
Too.
You said what?
You sing too?
No, I was dancing in this one.
Oh, you were just dancing in this one. Okay, got it.
They had like Luciano Pavarotti, Placido Domingo, Deborah Voigt, bunch of big opera singers in life that do a bunch of stuff. So it was a cool world. And then all of a sudden, hip hop came about when I was 17.
So you were technically classically trained first, and then you went into the whole urban hip hop vibes.
The irony was I was born in the birthplace of hip hop. But like my mom, I grew up in a dance school. My mom kept me out the street a lot. So then by like 17, my boy Dubs was in my ballet class, who happens to be Dubs, DJ Dubs, Chef Dubs. That's my big bro. I've known him since the 90s. He had a group called the Amount Boys, and they were doing hip hop. And I went to go see a hip hop show of theirs. Bought a T-shirt for $10. I still have it till this day. And cut high school the next day and started taking hip hop classes in Manhattan.
No way. Did you ever go back?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's funny because BC is not in the same place anymore.
Yeah.
So I go back, it's like a Nordstrom's now, and you just look at the nostalgic times that you had. And like, I didn't know you could make money in the commercial hip hop world. I didn't know anything about that.
Right.
So I was learning a new world from 17 to 19. And then I went on my first tour. It was an Usher tour when I was 19. I danced for an artist named JoJo. We were opening up on the Confessions album.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
And you booked, so the first one you auditioned for, you booked?
Blessed be to God. I actually got a direct booking because my crew, Amount Boys, shout out Amount Boys. They were already a very known, famous dance crew on MTV BET movies. So Lorianne was like, Dubs, I need you to send me some dancers. I got this new artist. And they were like, it's time for Kanec to really get some experience. And it took a lot. I had to prove myself. But the first one was an opportunity to just be able to be around and be in it.
Wow. So that's amazing. So, I mean, that kind of, do you feel like, first of all, when did you come to LA?
I came to LA 2007.
Okay, got it. So, do you
2007.
feel like the LA dance industry is has changed and is changing? What is your take on that?
Yes, I think it has. And it just really, just like music and stuff, we're in a time of more technology, more independence, stuff after the recession, people not really having the money. The independence, the rebellion has
Mhm.
grown. And now there are young entrepreneurs. Everybody's more inclined with the social media. So it's great opportunity. It comes up with a lack of structure in a certain way. But
Mhm.
like anything from traditional times of the 50s on, it's going to have its own ways. And then you just pave your way in it and try to help with all the discipline.
Right, right. I totally am with you on all that. Do you think it's easier nowadays or harder as dancers?
Oh, never easy, especially because like it's not like you got a degree or you could just go and say, hey, can I do this? There are many channels of maybe you can get in through popularity, maybe
Mhm.
you get in through networking, people really believing in what you do, you get in through an audition.
Yeah.
um there's certain ways. And then for me, when I came here, I had already did 2 movies and some tours, but being in LA, I was a new face.
Right.
So for me, every audition I went to, they was like, yo, who's this little black guy doing technique and hip hop? It wasn't seen too much in my demographic. So myself, Antonio Hudnell, great dancers like that, brought this demographic to a short guy and a dancer. And after doing that, people knew about me through doing some work, but then I got connected. I would go to classes. I would
Mhm.
do people's projects. I would allow myself to be engulfed in dance. And then they knew me as, yo, that's that guy that does everything.
Yeah, you really do. You are such a like wide range of talent and all your dancing is so number one incredible, but yeah, you just have this swag, this vibe, and it's amazing. And like you can totally kill it with jazz or ballet or hip hop and oh my God, it just makes me
Thank you, dance school. Uh,
I love it. And do you are you grateful like that you had all that kind of training from a young age, to set you up?
yeah, because for me, dance is really life. Like I don't know my life without dance. I learned family. I learned discipline. I learned dating. I learned friends. I learned everything in dance school. Every Saturday as a kid was a holiday for me because it was dance school day.
Yeah.
I learned life traveling around the world because of dance. I didn't fly on a plane till I was 17 to go dance for Miami City Ballet. And then at
Wow.
19, I started traveling the world. So it's life, and it really has helped me. And I've had such support. My mom's a single mom. I had an older brother, and all my dance school family raised me. All my other parents, my Spanish parents, my Jamaican parents, it really helped me be who I am today. I had a lot of people help me.
That is so cool. And I feel like you're really well connected. And do you think that I think it's hard for people nowadays in the industry because they want to go out for these gigs and just are like chasing the gigs, but they don't really take into consideration the value in going to class or just making those friends and just doing the free videos and like helping out here and there. And like, what's your take on networking in this industry?
Mediocrity is everything. Jamaica Craft, an amazing creative director, choreographer, taught me that very early. It don't matter what jobs you done. First of all, we're in the world of dance, and I grew up in dance. I grew up in the arts. So as people, adults invested in my life, I'm gonna invest in the people. Tap into that Kanec Wi-Fi. That's why I tell people, you come dance with me, come do whatever. I stay humble. I'm never too big for something. I'm still trying to train and grow. So I think people need to not stop doing, but what happens is the real fast. Whose
Mhm.
video can I get in? What does it do for me?
Right.
You gotta be about the life. You can't sell off one thing and it be that. You gotta be in the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And that
Totally.
takes patience. And this has been my whole life. I'm 35. I started dancing at 4 years old. I've never worked a 9 to 5. I've only been paid acting, dancing, and modeling my whole life.
Wow.
So I think just being us, to be generous, that we're in the world of dance and we help each other grow rather than cutting each other out. A little bit of patience and education on business and the career and upholding the discipline of dance. I think could give us the right pace. But right now it is known that a lot of the younger folks, what is this going to do for me? Whose video? What job? That patience, dance for free. Because when you become a leader, you're going to cultivate a world of people, and you're going to do it for free because of the love. We're all going to get paid. We're going to do great.
Yeah.
But like church, you want to tithe, you want to donate, and in Disney World, Mickey Mouse, all of them, they come see you and give you love. And that's what we need to do and grow.
Absolutely. And that sense of community and knowing that there's enough to go around for everyone. No one needs to like fight for every gig. Like it kind of drove me nuts when I got here because I was like, dude, everyone's just in it for themselves. And like, I get that. Like, it is like cutthroat and, you know, you have to throw it all, leave it on the floor and like get it, you know, and I'm down for that. But I found it like sometimes going to those auditions, and I made it to the last round for Lady Gaga, and that in itself was, I think, 300 girls, and it was just crazy. But people were like mean. And I was like, can't you just like say hey back and like just give me some energy back? Like, what can you give? Why do y'all gotta be like, what can I get, what can I get, you know?
I always say, like, you got to soak it in and recycle it, like that type of like energy. When I'm at an audition, like, stay disciplined, but I talk to everybody. Nobody else's talent has anything to do with Kanec's talent. Now, if I only had 3 moves and I'm dancing, you know, next to somebody great or something who's so experienced and they got 3,000 moves, I'm going to let their moves inspire me to take my 3 moves and do it 3,000 different ways.
Yeah.
Soak in the character. Some people, they feel intimidated or they get or whatever. I started noticing when I got really experienced and people were like, I want to go dance with Kanec, people would come in my group and dance with me. I start the thing off like, let's get this rent money, baby. I see you on set. And just to create the energy, it's not a solo audition.
Right.
You have to know how to work with all the Avengers. So why can't we take over together? Because we're all going to save the world anyway.
Absolutely. And I think that too, the energy with that is people don't realize that they're going to these auditions and trying to be what they think they're supposed to be. And it's like, dude, these casting directors and people that are seeing you want to see like who you are as a dancer, like what your swag is, like what you bring to the table. Stop trying to be the perfect dancer that doesn't fuck anything up, you know?
Yeah, it's just a lot of like people follow a script, and I think we need to remember what our discipline and what we've learned at home and how we were raised, and really try to apply that, because it looks like everybody's reading from the script of a movie and compromising their character to what they think is gonna fit.
Oh, that was so well said. So well said. It's so freaking true. Yeah. And I think too, like people come here, and I know I did it too, but I was like, I will take any gig I can get. And I think you kind of have to like break yourself into a category of like, okay, what is my strong points? Where do I love to do? What fuels my fire? And let me go for that, because there is so much that you can go for out here, but then it starts to get a little discouraging if you're just going for things that, yeah, sure you could do, but you're just not booking because it's not like your strongest point or whatever.
Literally. I always think every audition we get, I'm going to go to it.
Right.
We forget as artists, we choose the job.
Mm-hmm.
And if the job so really wants us to connect with them, then they will give us that job and that masterclass of an audition. Yeah. But a lot of people I've seen through all my years of dance don't always make it through their career because I fell out of love with dance and da-da-da. The business is discouraging. Mm-hmm. And like you said, we should be choosing the roles and what applies to us best, rather than if you go for everything, then you feel like a slave to it.
Yes.
And then it dilutes your happiness. And then you can never fall out of love with dance. It's dance.
Right.
Dance and movement is our first form of communication. Yep. We don't all speak the same language, but through body language, we can understand each other. I can understand if a dinosaur is going to eat me through his body language.
So true. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. And what is your mindset when you're going into an audition? Like, where is your head at when you're about to go in and do your thing?
Remember my notes from Quantum Magic and apply them. But with that reference, when I go in, I love my superheroes. So it's like going in the danger room with the X-Men. It's like going on the court playing with the Knicks. It's a chance for you to unite. And I soak up all this energy. This, you can naturally get nervous. You'll get nervous doing anything. You get nervous freaking doing whatever. But if you could soak it up and not let it play against you, I think the consciousness, stuff comes in from what we know that's in media and things. You just go in, be you. Remember, yo, I love dance. I need to go express this. I'm not always going to get the best energy, but that's all humans, and fingerprints are different. So you see what applies to you, watch quietly around the room, learn. There's a lot to soak up in the experience, not just the dancing. And there's stages to it. And that's why auditions are exhausting, because mentally, the night before, the days before, preparing the outfit that morning. Oh, I'm late. I'm traffic. LA, da-da-da-da-da. Getting there. Oh, you're in my way. Da-da-da-da-da. That's the world. Where do you find the light and go there?
Oh, that's so well said too. Where do you find the light? Because it's true. And it's like, what thoughts are you going to feed into? Are you going to feed into the fact that there's 200 people there and holy shit, am I good enough? Or are you going to really be like, let me have fun here. Let me just leave it all on the floor and do what I do.
So it's like, man, I'm from the Bronx, New York. I can't be on no sucker ass shit. Like, I got to go in. This is dance. All my friends are in jail or dead or still live on the block. Like, yo, I'm in the Disney world of dance. Just go have fun. It's not like I work a 9 to 5. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and I think when you remove that pressure too, it makes it easier and more fun and more like you will book the job because you don't have that resistance there.
Yeah, like here, being from the other side of the border, like there's so much you got to worry about outside of dance. You got to worry about documentation. How can I stay? Da 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 da. But at the end of the day, so many of my Canadian friends, all my foreign friends, have taken their art and their craft and been able to project and execute in their life. Now, there's so many things that go to it, but the love and the passion of dance and dreaming has helped us climb every mountain that's been in front of us.
Yeah, so true. And what would you say is like your number one memory, like favorite, most epic experience that you've had thus far in the dance world and dance gigs?
By far, Hairspray, the experience is everything.
Really?
I lived in Toronto for half a year, 6 months, the most popular job in town, big movie in the world at the time, John Travolta, you know, Michelle Pfeiffer, Christopher Walken, Queen Latifah, all these people every day. I had lines in the movie. I was in the 60s every day. It was a period piece movie. So it would be 2005. And then most days it'd be 1960 something. And to learn about our grandparents' time and when our parents were born and everything, that experience was everything to me. To be in a 3-piece suit and to be in an old record store and to be dancing on a green screen and then this and and I learned how I fell in love with Canada.
Oh, no way.
Hairspray. I'm the biggest advocate of Canada, people. That's me.
Where in Canada?
We were in Toronto, downtown. We filmed in Lakeshore. I stayed on Bay and Wellesley. Everybody had their own condo. Like,
wow.
The actor, we all took over this building and had our own condos, living good. I was 22 years old. I just finished doing Step Up, and now I'm doing this. And then like that, touring with Justin Bieber, 2 years, infinitely amazing. You never know who you're going to see. When you do jobs with really huge budgets and opportunities and very ambitious, determined people, so much greatness can come about. I remember I was in a club in England and ran into Baby Spice. Got to talk to Baby Spice, the Spice Girls. You know, like just random things like that. I appreciate like the moments of when we were kids. Like when I used to watch music videos, I didn't know I was going to dance for Missy Elliot and Usher. You know, so then you're like there's just something how it connects to your soul.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I totally get that. Like I get shivers and it's just like, it makes you just feel good. I love that. And what would you say, what advice would you have for dancers that are wanting to come to LA and do the dance industry world? What would you say to them?
A, of course, patience, but B, you already know how to dance, folks. You grew up in dance school or you trained somewhere. Learn the business of dance. I never went to college, but break it down in a scholastic way. And you got your subjects, your major, your minor. You know, think about what professors, choreographers, directors, cast directors you want to connect with. We got social media. You can hit anybody up, ask them things, learn things. You know, other dancers, people you train with that you're on the field and on the court with. Learn these people. There are different departments in your department store of your career.
Yeah.
And it's not, you're going to learn more with dance, but you have to learn the business of executing. Sometimes I feel like I even lack on my business. My talent is really like the thing. And I feel I have a lot of walls and still trying to create and make things happen with all my experience.
Right.
So it's just taking that business side in, really learning and maintenance on your mind, body, and soul. You get to LA, you better get into all your little chakra stones. You better get into your yogas. You want to get to things that take you away. You want to be around elements, water. Find a way to be human and still be an avenger in your world.
Yes.
Learn life, learn the business.
So true. That is so well said again, because it's hard as creatives because your mind really does stick to the creative side of things. So it's hard to put your mind into the business side. But I feel like it really is 50-50. If you're not doing the business side, you're not going to be able to really get around to doing what you really want to do.
Dry and depleted and
oh yeah, and it's so true, that connection of like the mind, body, soul, and making sure you're staying on the path of why you came in the first place and why you have the love for it and the soul for it. Because if you lose your why, you kind of run around in circles as to like, what the fuck am I doing?
no matter what you're balancing, yeah, you lose your why. Then you're like,
Why am I here? Yeah, and I think I did that too. When I got here, it's like I had this mindset of like, oh well, I'm here, I made it, I'm here, and then it's like, now, like, bitch, what? No, it's just beginning.
just beginning. And though the craziest thing is, I think when we're like, oh, as dancers, I want to get all these jobs, I want to book these, or as teachers, as these or that. Even the greatest choreographers and directors, everybody's trying. I've seen so many choreographers that want to direct and them having so much trouble to get to a certain place. They choreograph every job. You would think everything's just great. Everybody has a plateau that they're trying to reach. And that's what's amazing. We all came here with a dream, no matter the authorization and the titles, we all came with the dream. You know, some of the best people came poor, had to figure it out. Some people came from across borders and had to figure it out, that like, if you can really look at the sincerity and the little kid in everybody and the dreamer, you can try and understand it a little more and flow with it. We all have intention. It just is a little thrown off sometimes if you lose your why.
Right, exactly. And it's like, no one's going to hand you the gig and make your overnight success. Like, I feel like people need to realize the dream is to enjoy the journey. And like, that's why I have it tattooed here, because it's like, yo, if you don't enjoy the journey, you won't get to the dream, because the journey is essentially the dream you're trying to get to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You make it happen, and just staying connected with everything.
Yeah.
Find a way to have a chart of your life, like a pizza pie. I love pizza. And make sure you nurture each place.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is so cool. And I'm curious.
Baby.
What'd you say?
Quantum magic.
Quantum magic, baby. I love it. And like, who was like the most humble artist you worked with?
The most humble artist I worked with, I would say, you know what? Honestly, one of my favorite artists is Becky G. Working with her,
I like her.
Yo, especially because I started working with her like in her start of the touring and everything, and that girl's work ethic and family life, and she humbled to how it's just like, yo, you got all the good juices of the world, and she still knew how to maintain just being humble, you know. Hugh Jackman was amazing, came and shake everybody's hand. You Wolverine, man. Like the way they just humanly acknowledge you. We get lost in our titles that we lose real human connection. Nick Jonas, another one. How he greets people, how he talks to people. Queen Latifah, like Nikki Blonsky, like so many great people. It's just if we all shit at the end of the day, so it ain't no different. We just
Exactly.
got different experiences and different accounts. So
Yes.
let's just remember that when we all down and out, like in a time like this, humanity comes together, and we can't lose that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I really wanted to create some kind of form of bringing forth more of a conscious Hollywood. And that's why I wanted to really do, Quantum Magic TV and connecting more people with their why and kind of asking people, what was the turning point in your life? What was that quantum leap that happened? So, what was that quantum leap for you? What was that moment in time when you just realized that this was deeper than yourself and this was like kind of a magical thing that you were tapped into?
I am gonna say that moment happened when I got Hairspray. When I say that, Hairspray was my second movie. I had been touring with JoJo. I had did Step Up. Step Up was a tough experience because it was the start of the franchise and funding wasn't all there. I went to Baltimore for an audition for a day, and from that one day, I stayed there for months. I came there
Wow.
with a bag of weed, a phone charger, a book, and one outfit. They said, "Can you?" Zach Woodley was like, "Can you stay and do the movie?" And I was like, I was like, wow. It was so tough. We weren't SAG, so we didn't get paid for everything. We didn't get per diem. It was a tough time. So we only got paid for dancing because of our funding. We all had to just work together and build something.
Wow.
I slept in neighborhoods in Baltimore where people are doing heroin shoots. And before Tempur-Pedic, I slept on an egg carton mattress, and I used to put my sweatsuits on there as my sheets. And I sleep on the floor in the basement of my homeboy's spot.
Dedication. Ooh, I lost him. Where'd he go? Oh no. That is serious dedication, you guys. Wow. And that's the sacrifice of being in the industry that people really talk about. All right. Well, unfortunately, we lost Kanec. I don't know what happened. Well, we're wrapping it up pretty quick, anyways. I am so happy that we got this chance to speak with Kanec. He is the best. Ooh, I think he's joining back in. He's back.
We back. We back. We back. So,
I was like, oh.
I think when I got Hairspray, because I didn't understand this paying the dues and really trying to learn the stuff at maybe 19, 20 years old, living in another place. All of that was such a life adjustment for me that when I got to Hairspray, everything was paid for. I got to go to another country. The exposure and experience of, wow, it was so tough to I was a young adult. It was my first experience, so it was tough to do your first movie and be away from home and not know what to do.
Yeah.
That got to the second one, and we had the security of things being taken care of, and we had more funding. It gave me a chance to breathe when you get a little extra exposure and dream a little more and see. And I was like, wow. And right after Hairspray, I went to LA for 2 weeks and never went back to New York.
Wow, that's crazy. And I'm sure having that experience of kind of not so great at first made the Hairspray experience just be like, oh, thank you.
Every moment's not going to be great, not always because of the job. It's just the development of us as humans. My first tour, I called my mom from France. Mom, I want to come home. I don't like it here. Like, it's all new. I didn't go to college. That was my college growing up on the road. So you have to take it easy and understand you're human. And that's it. It's conditioning and learning and building.
Wow. Well, I am just in awe with you hearing your story and your experience.
I didn't know. My bad. The video was off.
Good. We still heard you, but now you're back. So that's all that matters. So what are you doing now? What's up? What are you working on right now?
Yo, it's really cool in this crazy time. I fell into a new field, and I just got a job recently this past summer as a clinical group therapist specializing in movement therapy. So I take what I know and my knowledge from dance and all my experience, and then I work with these psychotherapists, and they teach me, and I watch seminars, and I work with them, and I work with patients that are trying to get off of hard drugs, trying to stay out of jail. And everybody thinks it's just like a dance class, but it's a whole nother world. movement and dance. Dance is a seasoning of movement. Movement is its own planet. So understanding connection, the first language of communication, and so many things. I fell into that new world while balancing doing choreography and teaching classes. And, I'm just trying to be the modern day like Fred Astaire, Gregory Hines flow. So I have my own ideas and things that building up. I'm trying to keep up with Quantum Magic and Shay J, because you're one of the most
I love you.
I know. So
I love it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, because obviously you still choreograph and people can work with you, book you. Where should they go if they want to work with you or find you?
Catch me on all handles. It's at Classic Kanec. That's KLASSIK at Classic Kanec. You know what I'm saying? Real name Anthony Carr. You mentioned me, somebody will know me, I'll find you. I'm connected. I connect with everybody.
And you really are so amazing and humble. And you guys, I don't have a huge following or anything. And I think we connected in some which way or form. And then I reached out and was like, hey, would you be willing to dance? And you're like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, oh, yes, okay, great.
Just from that mediocrity, going back into the earlier point of our conversation, I've got to have a growing world in your artistry and learning you. And it hasn't just been dance. I learned a lot with your energy and, how you organize your stuff and just your whole story, your whole world. So just that little small moment has opened up a whole new great world for me with somebody. So
that is so cool. Yeah, I love it. That is awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has been so freaking epic. So you guys make sure, reach out, connect with the dopest, most humble person. If you want to work with him, go and find him on Instagram, Classic Kanec. And make sure to join us back on Quantum Magic TV every Monday at 12 p.m. PST.
Don't forget, set your alarm.
Bye, guys.
Later. Thank you.